Hello my friends, I'm Konstantinos and welcome to today's video. For the past few days I've been getting some comments about my setup and what kind of camera gear I have been using on my trips. So today I will be taking you through my setup and my camera gear. Let's get started. First let's start with the tripods and the mounts that I'm using. Obviously the tripod I'm recording right now, which has like a height extension, and it's lightweight and it's about almost 5 feet. Also this mini tripod slash selfie stick. Obviously you have the cell phone mount, and that's what 99% of the time I use when I'm riding the motorcycle, and you see at different angles when I'm riding. And so far this one has been pretty good. This one is the Ulanzi MT73 and it has an extension of 21.3 inches, and it's like a mini tripod type. And it's easy if I'm on a hike or whatnot, or mostly on the bike. This is what I'll be using. It has a little microphone attachment here, or if you want to attach a light. So it's pretty great if you're shooting in the dark, obviously. And as far as the helmet goes, it's the pretty basic front mount. And I do like this mount on this helmet. This is the Scorpion EXO 9000, I believe. And it does come with like a GoPro attachment compared to the other one, my Scorpion AT950, which feels a little bit more top heavy. Where with this one, the camera sits a little bit lower and you don't feel it so much, or if it's windy, your head is not like, you know, swinging left and right. Now on the bike, I only have one mount, which is this one right here. I kind of glue the GoPro mount there, and this one is like 6x3. And it's aluminum, so it's pretty light. And the only reason that I have the zip tie there, just for the vibration, so it's not really shaky, it's more sturdy. And I really like it there because it's kind of like tucked away and out of the way, and it doesn't interfere with anything. Prior to this, I did have the ram mount like right here on the handlebars, but I didn't really like it. I kind of felt like it was interfering a little bit. And also once I had an incident, I guess from oncoming traffic, a rock or something flew into the GoPro and it broke the rear glass or the screen. And back here I do have these two mounts here, but I don't use them very often. Mostly I just use the tripod that I keep inside the tank bag, and I just pull it out and I take different angles. For audio, I use the microphones that I use, like this one right here, and the ones that I have inside my helmet. It's the Purple Panda Lavender, which is this one right here. And this one is the pack of two, so it comes with two mics, two extensions, and some other miscellaneous things. And it's around $50, but you can buy the single one, which is $25. It's better to have two than one, just in case. I also have this Deity. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, which is a double mic from the back and the front. And I have it for many years, and it's been great. I don't use it as much anymore. For the first couple of years I used it when I was the camera that I'm shooting right now, the DSLR, but eventually I put the DSLR away. It was a little bit more heavy and bulkier, and I'm trying to minimize the weight and everything that I carry in charges and whatnot. And ever since then I'm just using the GoPro full time, I guess you can say. And the sound on it is pretty good on the GoPro, of course. And now for the helmet, the way I have the mic, hopefully you'll be able to see it, like right in there. So I have like which side is it? Okay, right there, a little Velcro that I have the wire, and then the mic, it's on this side right here. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, so the mic is right here, which I covered it, or I taped it with hockey stick tape. And then with the Velcro right there, that's where I have the wire. And I didn't put the mic like right in the middle, obviously because the air vent. And also if you like drop the bike or like you're out of breath, you don't want to have that strong sound of like, you know, huffing and puffing it right in there. So I have it a little bit on the side. And that is for the audio. So Purple Panda, the lavalier. There's many different options out there. I have been using it for years and I never had any issues. Now I know many people have upgraded to the DJI wireless mics, but for me, less is better and simple. Now as far as the camera gear, like I mentioned, the camera that I'm recording right now is the Canon DSLR. So obviously it was bulky and heavy, and especially nowadays with the ability of the cell phones, you know, I don't really need to carry that extra weight, extra batteries, extra charger. So I just went 100% full time with the GoPros. Obviously there are other better cameras out there like the DJI and everything, but I just have been using the GoPro. So the ones that you see me when I'm riding facing me, this one right here, oh, and that's where the chip, the rock that cracked the screen. So this one is the GoPro 9. And the one that I always have on my helmet and mostly on my hikes and everything, I'm recording on the GoPro 10. I could have upgraded, but I haven't. I know many people had issues with the GoPros, so did I, and I still do. Sometimes with the sound, sometimes you think the camera is recording, but it's not recording. Sometimes you think you have sound, but you don't have sound, and then you transfer the files and somehow the files mysteriously disappear, and then you're just sitting there, you're like, ha! It's a little bit chilly in here. You can probably see my breath. But yeah, which it happened to me many times, and too many other people complain about that the camera freezes or you think it's recording and it's not recording. So, and that's why sometimes on my videos they feel incomplete, because just when I think I recorded something, it didn't record. Or somewhere you might hear my voice is very low. It's because I thought I was having sound, but I didn't have sound. Or some parts that I go from A to C or D is because the missing file, so then somehow I have to put it together. But I think I'm doing a decent job kind of putting it together. And that's the two cameras that I'm using. Now others, they have, like I said, moved on to the DJI, which is much better quality from what I hear. The DJI, and which one, what is the other one? I can't remember the other one. But anyways, now for my drone footage, I just use the DJI Mini 3 Pro, and it has been great. And like I said, with this one too, I know the DJI Mini 4 Pro is out, which is, from what I hear, much better quality, but it's one of those things, if it's not broken, why fix it? And obviously with a remote controller, and back here I have like a quad lock attachment, which I have on the handlebars, like right in the middle of the handlebars, and I kind of like twist it in, and that way when I ride I can fly the drone. Now I could use the follow me the follow me feature, but I only use it a couple times I believe, and for majority of the time I just put it on the handlebars, and that way I don't have to put it on the tank bag and kind of really take my eyes off the road. So it's a hazard too, right? And it's for safety, so I don't get too distracted with it. And also I will take you through the settings that I use for the GoPro. Now for the DJI, for the drone, I use 4K 30 frames per second, where with the GoPros, my setup is 4K 60 frames per second. For the simple factor that if I need to slow down the footage or something, it's much better. Instead of the 30 frames, it kind of gets a little bit messy. And also for the DJI, I don't shoot 60 frames in case I need to zoom in, because when you're shooting 60 frames per second with the DJI at 4K, it's not zooming in. So I just shoot 4K 30 frames per second. Now, how do I charge my stuff on the go? So I have this little power bank, which is 10,000 milliamp hours that I keep in my tank bag. And also I have this 25,000 milliamp hour solar power bank, which you can also charge it by solar, and which I have. I just put it in my tank bag. Well, at the time I had the GV tank bag with a clear map pocket, and I used to put it in there and just charging with the sun while I go. Or I just use a 12 volt power socket on the bike. For the GoPro, I just have this little 3-compartment battery bank. Now, as far as the GoPro settings that I have, obviously over the years I have been fiddling around quite a bit just trying to find the right setting. Obviously, if you have a 360 or other cameras, I can't really speak on it. I can only speak about the GoPro. So both GoPros, the GoPro 9 and GoPro 10, my settings are the same. The lens, when I'm on the bike, I always have it on super view, and sometimes it depends what I'm shooting. I might put it on linear or wide, but most likely super view and wide. Obviously, I shoot 4K 60 frames per second, super view. The hyper smooth is standard. Obviously, bit rate, I have it on high, shutter, auto, EV composition 0. Now the white balance, I find the best works at 4500K. ISO minimum 100, maximum 800. Sharpness is on low, and color natural. Found that that's the best setup that works out for me. And the only thing, if I'm shooting at nighttime, I just change the ISO from 800 max to 1600. And then when I edit, I just add a little bit exposure to it and saturation maybe, and it's good to go. But really, you don't need all that. As long as you have one action camera and your cell phone, that's all you need. Especially nowadays with the cell phones, you can zoom in. They have pretty good resolution, so you don't really need to go spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to buy cameras and whatnot. Because like they say, sometimes less is better. So you don't have to carry like all these extra batteries, all these different chargers, wires, extensions. Make your adventures as simple as you can and just enjoy the moments, And with that, I hope I cover everything, and that's everything that I'm using on my adventures and how I record my rides. I hope you find this video useful. If you did, give the thumbs up. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or whatever else might be. Till next time, peace and love, my friends. Travel safe, and I'll see you on the next one.